What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on Tesla stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on the price chart and I will show you how we caught this movement to the upside that already brought us about 17% of potential profit. Then I will continue with the fundamental news and I will show you what was the reason of this movement to the upside, especially the recent one that was made basically yesterday. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this very point and I've told you that we just broke the range of resistance at roughly $180 mark and we should retest this range and probably we should even go a bit lower in order to collect more steam to hit higher targets. And instead of this we had two retests of the range of support. As you can see, we have two false breakouts and this two tiny blips shows the potential weakness of this asset, because if you connect, let me show it to you, if you connect these tops, as you can see, it formed some kind of bearish descending triangle, and usually this triangle breaks to the downside, and if it would break to the downside, definitely we've seen lower price action, and right here somewhere at $170 price point we could accumulate the position to hit higher targets. But instead of this, for those of you who follow my channel and who entered the position at this very point, you already up for about 17%, and I have to say that most likely we might see another tiny leg to the upside, but everything I will show you in my technical analysis. So, what was the reason of this movement to the upside? First of all, let me show you this article. We are on Reuters.com and this article was published just yesterday and it's titled "Two Chinese cities ease COVID curbs after protests spread." And let me go to the summary. Riot police clash with protesters in southern Guangzhou. Death of former President Jiang comes amid a tumultuous time. One biggest act of public defiance in a decade. Authorities probing protesters as security titans. And let me go to further. The giant Chinese cities of Guangzhou and Chongqing announced an easing of COVID curbs on Wednesday, a day after demonstrators in southern Guangzhou clashed with the police amid a string of protests against the world's toughest coronavirus restrictions. The demonstrations, which spread over the weekend to Shanghai, Beijing and elsewhere, have become a show of public defiance unprecedented since President Xi Jinping came to power in 2012. The southwestern city of Chongqing will allow close contacts of people with COVID-19 who fulfill certain conditions to quarantine at home, a city official said. Guangzhou near Hong Kong also announced an easing of curbs, but with record numbers of cases nationwide, there seems little prospect of a major U-turn in a zero-COVID policy that Xi has set in saving lives and has proclaimed as one of his political achievements. So, definitely this ease in COVID-19 restrictions drove the price, first of all, of Chinese stocks higher. And let me show you that NIO, BABA, Li Auto and XPeng had a major movement during yesterday's trading session. And I have to say that this news might signal of the easing of this policy, but the latest paragraph shows that we are not out of the woods. On top of this news, let me show you that on November the 30th on CNBC we have this article that is titled "Fed Chair Powell says smaller interest rate hikes could start in December." And the key points are following. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell confirmed Wednesday that smaller interest rate increases are likely ahead and could start in December. But he cautioned that monetary policy is likely to stay restrictive for some time until real signs of progress emerge on inflation. "We will stay in the course until the job is done," he said during a speech in Washington, D.C. at the Brookings Institution. So, definitely this was the second reason why we are in green for entire market, and definitely it drove the price of Tesla even higher. I have to say that this movement to the upside has a quite high volume, and on the one hand it is a very good sign, but on the other hand I have some doubts about further movement, and I will show you it in my technical analysis. And let me show you another article. We are on electric.co, and this article also was published just yesterday, and it's titled "Tesla is planning massive output from GIGA Texas in Q1 2023." And this is the main news, in my opinion, for Tesla for upcoming quarter. And let me quote you this. Tesla is planning a massive ramp-up in Model Y production output from Gigafactory Texas in Q1 2023. In the meantime, the situation is a bit more complex in the United States with the pending tax credit. And let me show you this news. A reliable source familiar with the matter told Electric that Tesla is currently preparing for 75,000 Model Y vehicles to come out of Gigafactory Texas next quarter, Q1 2023. That would put Tesla's production rate at Gigafactory Texas at over 5,000 units per week throughout the whole quarter. And definitely this major increase in their production rates definitely will be reflected in their fundamentals. And at the end of Q1 2023, I think Tesla will be in a strong uptrend. And right now we have to prepare for this movement. And let me show you that a lot of smart money already done their homework. As you can see, we have several recent filings, and the majority of them shows that a lot of investors increased its positions in Tesla. They increased for 282%, 228%, and the overall position becomes quite huge. As you can see, almost $29 million, almost $9 million, $8.5 million, $39.6 million, and so on and so forth. A lot of companies heavily increased and heavily invested in Tesla during the last couple of months, because this date is only a filing date, and we have to remember that the actual execution date might happen about 45 days prior this date. And that's why we have to be cautious in general, but the overall sentiment for Tesla right now is extremely positive, and that's why we have this movement to the upside. And let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, what should we expect next? Let me show you that, as already mentioned, we have a huge increase in volume during this movement to the upside. But this very high volume should lead to much higher price action. And if we compare the length of this wave from this bottom to this swing high and projected from the bottom of this range of support, it didn't even hit a one-to-one extension. And usually, third wave with the highly increasing volume should hit 1.618 extension level. So this movement missed about 10% of its upside potential. But I have to say that technically, we might have something like first wave diagonal, leading first wave diagonal, and in this case, we can project something like this. If I connect these two tops, as you can see, if this is the top of the third wave, and as you can see, we didn't break the fourth one, I have to say that most likely we might have something like this. And if it is the case, definitely I don't have proper second touch of this level. That's why it is just my assumption, and how to draw this line, it's up to you. But in my opinion, if we will have this type of pattern, we should see something like this. From this point, we might have movement to the downside to retest this range, and with this touch we will confirm this pattern. And the next leg to the upside should be shorter than this wave, and in this case, third wave, if it is the case, third wave won't be the shortest one, and it will not violate any Elliott wave theory rule. And in this case, from this point we will have a retracement, and on this retracement definitely it will be a perfect entry point with a tight stop loss slightly below this bottom. Only in this case we can confirm the next slightly bigger scale of its uptrend. But for now, we should see the retracement for this wave, and if this movement to the downside will break this bottom of $178.24, we will eliminate this count, and in this case we might have something like this. This might be our ABC correction, and because of this we might see next movement to the upside that will hit lower price targets. So I think from the technical standpoint, that's it for now. We have to be very cautious with our position on Tesla, but congratulations to all of you who took my call and who entered the tiny position at $166 range. And I think that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stay